Somebody call for the queen.
I never get anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly on, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, B-Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on the, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, Farrakhan glass for the chosen, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with the 2 dot team, and who's you, my shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag, I never get anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture,
You got a picture me. Send me calling, ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I send a new bay alert, gon' be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never get anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, jumping in the bed with the 2 dot team, and who's you, my shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag, tag on, I got it in the bag, man, I'm getting all type of cash, I'm a general true.
I like when birds come out. Sounds like I see seats in there. I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. Yeah. I go in back of the. They all from that. Yeah. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. Yeah. I go to bed on bed. I got the demon on flats. I got a in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a K-back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming, they know what banks at. I got the that work on the avenue, they know what Tank said. I got the that live in the mansion, they know what that. I got some that's up in the Jordan, they know what that. I came on top of the building, yeah, we had a plan. We came on top of the building, yeah, we never ran.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Wide.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First down. Here's Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a second down. The first carry for C.J. Prosise. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Yellow.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Rhino! Make it hurt!
Now Cousins. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Wentz. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Working from the gun, Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Cousins on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Cousins now. And his throw is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Throwing is Wentz. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Go!
From the gun, it's Wentz. Buying time to his left. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And all the way down to the 42. A big play there for Philly. 42 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now they try the right side here. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now Wentz on third down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. And the kick by Elliott is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. Now a handoff working right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Vikings now heading onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Wentz now on first down. Ertz over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw, it's Wentz. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing now is Wentz. And he's going to go down again. Everson Griffin in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And out now come the Vikings. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Play action now. Cousins going for the deep ball. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And out now come the Eagles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Come on now. Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not in a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Ringo. Rose.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go into first half of play. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. Taken from just outside the 30. And they can't bring him down. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Wentz now on 1st down. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Right there. Shorty. That's it.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's taken down inside the 30. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, anytime it's a toss or a pitch play, it's a battle for the edges. Who's going to control the edge of the line of scrimmage? In other words, can the defensive guys hold their leverage? What we were always taught was keep your outside arm or outside shoulder free if you were playing on the play side, meaning the ball coming towards you. And anyone coming from the backside, they're pinching down and sliding down towards it to try and keep people kind of locked into one spot. And, boy, what a great defensive play there. Weren't out leverage, running to the football from the inside out, turned into a big loss of yardage.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now they'll run it on the toss. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Cousins now on 2nd down. Allen has it left side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making it?
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll go on the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And he's going to go down in the end zone. Cousins taken down for the safety. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And on the ground they go with a running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Bingo.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
This is fielded at the 27th. Shifts past him at the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 38 yards on the scamper there.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And they'll run it here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10 once again from the 28. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
First.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Fighting him off. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Brandon, this is why play callers get the big bucks. This wasn't a 4th and inches call. You get into situations like 4th and 3, 4th and 4, you got a tough decision to make. Very gutsy play here, and they pick up the first down.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Vikings on third down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete as well.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because they have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line. Yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Second down, Cousins. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
The Vikings on third down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. One last shot now for Cousins. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Philadelphia, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.